shout out to you, Chris Rock, because I mean that was just completely uncalled for. You were assaulted. You chose not to press charges, so you stood up. You know what I mean, like a man. Like, I mean, I don't know if I'd have to be put in that situation to see how I would react, Wayne. I would hope that I would react like Chris Rock did.
So you're saluting his professionalism and restraint.
His restraint, yes, absolutely. First of all, in progress. We are back. What's going on, Dwayne? How was the last couple of weeks?
Man, let me start. I'm gonna ask you first because mine is a little deep.
Okay.
So yeah, how was your week?
Mine wasn't too deep. Our kids had their school vacation here in Gwinnett County, Georgia. So we took the car down to Florida, down to Orlando. Got an Airbnb, kind of spend the week there.
Oh, Airbnb.
Yes, sir. That's how we do it now, man. We don't go get hotels, man. We rent houses and condos. And
right. So, but before you go into this Airbnb thing, I had an experience.
Okay.
Getting an Airbnb.
Yep.
And the pictures were amazing.
Yeah.
You know, when you go on the Airbnb website, the pictures, everything's glowing, everything's modern, brand new. We got this Airbnb. And the pictures weren't up to par, my guy. Like, I knew it was the same place, but the pictures were not doing real life justice, man.
You gotta read the reviews. That's one thing that Inez is very big on. Me, I'm just like a fly by your pants, shoot them up, bang, bang. I see it, I like it, click the button, that's where we going, right? It's done. My wife is more like she reads all the reviews. I'll tell you a funny story. To your point, we rented this house 2 years ago in 30A, Florida, Gulf Side, Florida. We just because being in Georgia now, we just try to float around we can. We walk into this beautiful place online, got into it though. It wasn't as modern as we thought it was. Place even had roaches. It was a roach that was standing right when we walked in and opened the door. He was like standing up, like, hey, welcome. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
We need some beer. I don't know if y'all know that, but he was just there. It was my daughter's still terrified even to this day. So we did end up getting a place in 38 that had a roach in it. It was right on the beach though. Other than that, cleaned them out. Had a pool. It was nice, but you do have to read the reviews. Is my thought to your point.
We read the reviews, but I think the thing also that threw me off was that we kept this place in pristine condition. You know, when you get a hotel, it's not like you're in there like opening up a bag of chips and just sprinkling all the chips everywhere.
But you're not.
But again, you're not like paying attention to like the little thing. Yo, I was in this Airbnb. I was telling the kids like, yo, don't eat chips in this room and don't do this in that room. And I'm trying to keep the place how I found it. On top of that, there's a $200 cleaning fee.
Well, I think that's it. They hit you with the cleaning fees. They got all that stuff in the contract. You sound like Inez. She's very much so like clean this place up. Like, I was a Boy Scout, so I know how it is too. Leave it better when you found it. Inez is very much that way as well. Clean it up. Keep it straight.
$200 cleaning fee, bro.
Don't want to get hit with that.
Charge them people $200 to clean the place the way I left it. That place was pristine, bro.
Yeah, man. We did.
But anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, man, we did the Rise of the Resistance. We went to Florida, went to Hollywood Studios, Disney World. I wanted to go to Star Wars Land, did that Rise of the Resistance ride. 2-hour wait in line. It was horrible, but the ride itself was worth it. So,
okay.
If you go into Disney, if you have an opportunity to go do that Ride of the Resistance or Rise of the Resistance, whatever, in the Star Wars area in Florida, and definitely try to get to that. It was cool. Okay. We did the Avatar one about 5 years ago. That took us at Animal Kingdom. That took us about 2 hours to get on the ride too. But that one was also a very epic ride. Okay. But I'm done with Disney and stuff now. Now it's over. But I want to go to the Star Wars Land, but you probably won't see me at Disney for like another 10 years because it's kind of like you just walk around in the heat. You wait in the out line for like 2 hours, spend money, walk around in the sun. The rise is like 5 minutes. You wait 2 hours to get into it. You know, we got that. Like
it's kind of like something you just got to go through once and then
time.
You experienced it, and that's it.
Yeah. So how about you, man? I want to hear about this crazy heavy week you had. Let's break it down.
So I mean, usually I'm working my 2 jobs.
Yes, sir.
Leave one job, go to the next job, leave that job, go to sleep, do it all over again. Well, nothing has changed from that, except that this month I've been partaking in Ramadan.
Okay.
I've been partaking in Ramadan. I'm not Muslim. You already know I'm not Muslim.
Right.
But
okay. That's going to be the next question.
Yeah, because every person I tell, they're like, oh, I didn't know you were Muslim. First of all, the first person I said, hey, I'm partaking in Ramadan. They said, oh, okay. I didn't know you were Buddhist. I said, no. Ramadan is Muslim, and I'm not Muslim, but it's definitely not Buddhist. So a lot of people have no idea what I'm talking about when I say Ramadan. I'm not really
understanding. I have really no idea what you're doing either if you're not Muslim. I mean, you could probably get canceled out here, Dwayne. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful. I mean, this is people's like holy month here. And you just out here playing with it, dog. You just out here just toying around with, dog. You doing the sahur? You waking up before dawn to eat?
So basically Ramadan, you can't eat between sunrise and sunset. Okay. You can't drink anything between sunrise and sunset.
That's keep going.
Have sex between sunrise and sunset.
Okay, keep going.
You can't do nothing between sunrise and sunset except focus on your discipline, keeping discipline.
I knew you were gonna go there. I knew it. This is totally you.
Staying disciplined.
No. Right.
Wait, what did you think? Wait, hold on. What do you think?
Because you're totally blowing it. You're totally missing it. This is totally you, dude. You are fasting because you are about that health kick and you are intermittently fasting and you're calling it Ramadan. Are you getting up early to do the prayers? Are you praying all day? Is your head towards Mecca as you pray Allah Akbar all day? I'm being serious. Like, are you really doing it?
Okay, see, so that's where you're missing the point, my guy.
I'm missing it.
You're missing the whole point.
Okay, help me.
So a lot of people, when they say, I'm gonna do Ramadan too, they're like, oh, let me do it for the health.
Right.
For me,
you're intermittently fasting.
So I usually intermittent fast. You already know.
Yes, I do.
So that makes this process a little easier, right? But partaking in Ramadan, for me, I do not see the health benefits.
Okay.
I do not see the health benefits.
Do you think it's because it's for health benefits, or is it the forsaking of food and forsaking of worldly things to pray all day and get closer to Allah?
Right. Right. So for me, because I'm not Muslim,
you're gonna get canceled.
We're not getting canceled.
I'm still gonna be
Relax. And if we get canceled, it's because we're staying true to what we believe in. Am I correct, John?
What do we believe in, though? But you're playing.
I know what I believe in. What do you believe in?
You're playing with it, though. I love you. I know you. You're a health kick. You're intermittently fasting. You said Ramadan sounds cool. Are you getting up early? You praying? You praying to Allah Akbar? Are you doing that honestly?
So no, I am not.
Right.
I am not Muslim.
Right. Okay.
I am partaking in.
So for our Muslim friend,
fasting. The fasting.
Correct.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, you're intermittently fasting.
There's a lot. I'm not.
And you're yes.
Yo, listen.
Okay.
I actually asked a couple of Muslims. I asked them. I said, do you believe that when somebody that's not Muslim
Yeah.
says that, oh, I want to partake in Ramadan, that they're taking it for a joke. Like, do you feel like they're like making a mockery of it?
Yeah.
And they said no. Like,
okay.
They want to go through that, and they want to push their mind.
I'm making fun of you. I think for the sake of the audience, this conversation, like I know you, Dwayne. I know that you're not out to like offend, or I know in your heart you absolutely believe that you're having Ramadan and you feel that in your heart, like you probably even have a spiritual connection to it. But I think though it's a holiest of months to people. And it's really, I believe, and shout out to you Muslims. If you're listening, please correct me or correct Dwayne, put us in the
please
chat.
Comment because
please comment, please.
Please comment.
I think it's more of like forsaking, to your point, maybe sex. I didn't know that, right? Or food or water during the day. Why? To cleanse the body. Man cannot live on bread alone. Now I'm bringing it more to Christianity because it's obviously it's Holy Week as well. But by the word of God. And I'm just doing a simple Google search, but you got to wake up before dawn to eat. You got to have your morning prayer, fasting during daylight hours with prayers, breakfast fast or iftar, evening prayer, and then your special prayer during Ramadan.
Right.
The prayer getting closer to Allah, that part, I believe, is probably the foundation, I would say. You're partaking because I believe you have a good heart. I believe you feel like in your mind, you're not trying to be offensive. I don't believe that at all. I like to laugh and joke, but I just maybe just call it like you're intermittently fast. I don't know. You got some.
So John, my boy.
Yes.
I'm not going to call it intermittently fasting.
Okay.
What I'm going to say is I'm not going to be. So if you didn't know, Muslims have to pray throughout the year, right? They pray throughout the year. During Ramadan, they're going to be praying more because it's more about improving their connection to Allah, right?
Correct.
Improving their connection to Allah. So for me, who doesn't necessarily believe in Allah or God or a single entity that is separate from me, that's what I don't believe, right? Okay. I'm not going to be praying. I'm not going to be doing that prayer part of it, right? But the fasting is what the part that I separated from and are going to partake in. And the real reason why I said that I would partake in this is because I asked him, I said, what do you guys do Ramadan for? He said, well, it's one of our pillars. And because it allows us to empathize with people that don't have easy access to food like we do, or don't have easy access to water like we do. And as soon as I heard that, I said, wow, that's something that I would want to do. I want to empathize because you already know, I always believe like we're all one. So for the people that are suffering out there, I want to show empathy for them. That's something that's important to me. So the Ramadan part, very difficult to do, but I'm going to do it for the whole 30 days. People are saying, oh, do it for 7 days. To me, doing it for 7 days is not doing Ramadan. It's just like a bad type of thing. Oh, this will be cool. Let me try this out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my week has been.
All right. Well, you're hungry right now?
So it's sunset. I just had 3 bananas, 5 oranges, a cup of lemon juice.
All right, you need to use your magic after this when we're done here. When you start chopping this up, and you need to put a poll. And it's going to be, is Dwayne practicing Ramadan or is Dwayne practicing intermittent fasting? And then let the people vote on what they think it is.
Okay. And then right next to that, I'm going to say, are you Muslim or are you other?
Right. Yeah. That's fine. That's fair. That's fair.
Because I want Muslim people to tell me if I'm intermittent fasting or practicing Ramadan as a non-Muslim.
As a non-Muslim. Yeah. Yes. I would love to hear that. I think, obviously, as you talk in Ramadan, certainly this is the holy week for Christians coming out of Palm Sunday, which I'm sure you didn't partake, which was last Sunday, right? And then Friday is Good Friday. And then Sunday, of course, is Easter. A lot of different things in America that kind of twisted with that. We got the Easter Bunny. We got the egg hunts. You kids gonna be doing? You got young kids still. You doing egg hunts and Easter Bunny and all that stuff?
So my wife loves to do that stuff.
Yeah.
She likes to have them color eggs and do all of that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Me, it is
cultural.
Whatever.
It's cultural.
It's part of it.
It's more cultural. It's more American than it is spiritual, right? Like, obviously, I think the eggs represent new life. I think, I think that's gone back to many years and just kind of got woven within the Easter holiday for some reason. Bunnies, obviously known for how they reproduce a lot. So that came in fruitfulness. Yeah. So that's kind of been sort of woven, but I think that's all a little more like cultural. Let the kids have an Easter egg and have an Easter bunny and some chocolate eggs, and if, we'll be in church, obviously, celebrating Easter, which for Christians, obviously is represents the resurrection of Christ.
So there's no chance that you'll be at LA Fitness Sunday morning.
No chance.
I just wanted to.
Yeah, got family coming.
So
yeah, all right, that's fine.
Putting up some shots.
Now, is that something that you can do on Ramadan? Can you participate in strenuous activity?
So listen, you can do whatever you want. Besides the sex thing, but you can do whatever you want. Just know that you cannot drink water.
No water
during sunrise to sunset. So I was playing basketball last week.
Yep.
Just playing basketball, what I do every Sunday. Playing basketball, I finish my game. I go out to the water fountain, take a couple sips of water.
You messed up already.
Go back to the court. I'm walking around and I'm like, no. I'm like, no, what have I done? so I'm telling all my boys who already know that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, don't worry, he'll forgive you. Like,
yeah, but you got to pray for forgiveness though first.
No. So, so I read up on it.
Okay.
If somebody eats or drinks without thinking about it, like, like I could say I'm on this fast, but I'm gonna drink anyway, right?
Yeah, you didn't consciously do it.
So I didn't consciously do it. That means that Allah wanted you to eat or wanted you to drink.
But so you really
allowed you to do that.
Yeah, but you don't have anything to worry about anyway because you don't believe in it anyway.
It's not. So what do you care? Worrying. I don't listen. So I've signed a contract with myself, John.
Okay, got it.
I have signed a contract with myself.
Holding yourself accountable to yourself.
Yes, and a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people somebody's looking. I'm gonna have a little piece of chocolate. I'm gonna have a little sex in the middle of the day. Nobody's gonna know. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a strong will. You got that Tom Brady will. Most of us are weak in the mind. We need rebuke. We need friends that will hold us accountable, support. Most of us need those things. So you're a very strong-willed individual there, Dwayne. You're a peach.
Well, I'm realizing that I'm doing this for my spirit. So what's the point in lying to my spirit? I might as well just not do it at all.
Yeah, but do you have a spirit? What's a spirit to the atheist or the agnostic? I don't know. Which one are you?
I don't label myself like that. What I do know is that what I do believe is that we're all God. So atheists don't believe in God, correct?
I believe that's the case. I can Google agnostic, atheist. All right, so let's go agnostic definition. A person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence or nature of God or anything beyond material phenomena. A person who claims neither faith nor disbelief in God. They just don't know. Right?
That's not me.
Okay, so atheist. a person who disbelieves or lacks belief in the existence of God or gods. Now, that can't be you based on your just recent declaration that we're all gods.
Right.
In what way? What's a
Say,
god?
well, did you say we're all gods?
That's what you just said.
No,
Okay.
we are all God.
We are all God. Got it. Okay.
Just like, you know, like if you were installing like the front windshield of a car, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you're installing the front windshield of a car and you're carrying it to the car.
Yeah.
And you slip on a banana peel.
Okay.
And the windshield shatters in a million pieces, right?
Yeah.
And you pick up one of those pieces, right? It's the windshield of the car. It's just a piece of it. It's still the windshield of the car. That is how I view all of, not even humans, but everything.
So we're all interconnected.
Yes.
In a fabric of space-time and matter and humanity, and we're all connected and we're all interwoven into each other.
Kind of.
Okay. Kind of. Respect it.
And you know, I always thought about this. Like, even if I'm wrong,
yeah,
that thought process helps me to treat others much better than I would if I didn't know that they were part of me.
Got it.
Okay. So if I thought they were separate and I thought that somebody was like beneath me, I'd be like, oh, I don't care about you, whatever. But me believing that he is part of me,
yeah,
I will do what I can to like rise him up if it's in my power.
Just okay, because so you feel like you feel a desire to do good, be good, not because of an altruistic quality within yourself just to do that, but almost a compulsion because you feel like you're connected to that person in a way that you're almost self-preserving yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that goes for insects too.
Right. You're the one that doesn't kill insects. I remember that.
That's giving me a lot of stress.
Yeah, it's giving me a lot of jokes. A lot of jokes too.
Yeah. Like the kids are like, Daddy, kill this spider. And here I come with the plastic cup. Like,
I don't kill spiders. I don't. I agree with you. Like, I try my best to save the spiders, but every once in a while you get those ones that are really, really small, and then the kid's stealing, like, Daddy, come get it. And you can't help but get it because they're so small. The minute you put the tissue up there, they basically turn to mush anyway. So you have none. So, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes I kill them on accident, but
you can't help it.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess for me, like, I respect your thinking and in your worldview. I guess I see it a little bit differently. I think of God as the tree, and I think of me as the leaf. As long as the leaf is connected to the tree, it gets nourishment. It's green. It's leafy. It's alive. You take the leaf away from the tree, it withers and it dies. So it's not.
Question.
Yeah, bring it on.
So when you say God is the tree,
God is the tree. Yeah.
Do you mean the trunk?
Just the whole thing, bro. The branches, the tree. Yes.
The leaves too, right?
Yes.
The leaves too.
The leaves are, once they're connected to it. Yes.
Yeah. I agree.
But a tree can lose leaves and then regrow them. But
so what's going to wither and die?
The tree eventually, the leaves. It's just an allegory. It doesn't have to be taken like literal. Like, trees die, right? Like, God doesn't die. But I guess the point I guess I'm trying to make is, like, I feel for my life, I feel like there is a higher power, a higher calling, and I try to, connect with that in that way. And to your earlier point, Jesus' last commandment was to love one another, and so I try to live, to your point, being nice to other people. I agree with you. Like, we all should be kind and nice to each other. I look at more of a commandment, not necessarily that connects to me in a way, but like the least of these, you've heard that saying, like, the things that you do for me, you do for the least of these. So, like, I think the story of Jesus is like, well, when I was hungry, you fed me, and when I was naked, you clothed me. And the old theologians, comment in the chat if I'm getting this wrong. I'm paraphrasing, right? But and when I needed housing, you housed me, and then you look, well, Lord, when did I ever feed you? When did I ever clothe you? Right? Like you're God, right? But it's like whenever you do this to the least of these, you did it for me, right? So being kind to others, being godly in a broken world, showing that you're representing God and being a good example of God and his works. God works through man and God works through us. And so as I try to be a blessing to others, that glory goes to God because he put me in position to be a blessing. And when you do help or be nice to people or assist people in any way, give that glory to God, right? And then that's how you kind of move that forward that way. That makes sense.
Yeah, so we're close in our thinking. The only difference that I hear is that you place God outside of you.
Yes.
You give 100%. Your glory to God outside of you, right?
Yes.
And I give glory to God inside of me.
Yeah.
That's about it. It's not really.
It's pretty big fundamental difference. Doesn't mean that you and I can't still love each other.
I don't think that is that different, buddy.
Okay.
I mean, you do, but I don't. So
I think that I think you have set beliefs that are bedrock. And yeah, I mean, but does it mean like I think I don't know. We're all gonna find out when we hit the grave anyway, right? So I respect your thinking. You've always kind of thought outside the box, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I've always thought highly of you, and that's why I enjoy having these conversations with you because you do think differently than me, but yet we've still been able to see certain things the same way, even though we might come at it from a different direction. So I might come in from the left, you might come from the right, but when we look at this thing, we can still interpret it in a way that makes sense to both of us. That makes sense.
Yeah. As long as we're respectful of each other's views, we don't have to agree on everything. You know what I mean? We have a lot of common ground, and
even though I did kind of make fun of you not killing the insects thing, and I still don't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
So sorry about that.
That's not gonna change. That's even roaches too, bro.
Yeah, I killed that roach that I told you about earlier. Yeah. He met the bottom of my shoe very fast.
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask you a question. Actually, I don't know. You might. This is something that's been coming up. I'm on Twitter a lot. And
did you do our page yet, bro? Did you do our page?
I don't.
Is that page ready?
No,
is it online?
No, I'm not. No, I have. It's online. Yes, it's on my page, John Richardson. John Isaac 55 at Twitter.
Great. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on? Do you have any thoughts at all on reparations?
No.
Okay.
No.
California, there was a recent study.
They're
going to do
a poll, or
it's like a commission. There was a poll. There's a task force that's going to release a reparations proposal by June of 2023. That's reparations for slavery, descendants of enslaved Americans, Black Americans. There's a big debate, though. Now, you may not know much about slavery, or reparations, but there's a big debate, and you should be able to answer this.
Go ahead.
Reparations is a form of payment, right? For
40 acres.
The 40 acres and a mule when Reconstruction that never happened. You know the story. I don't know if you heard about these groups. There's the FBA, the Foundational Black Americans, and ADOS, the American Descendants of Slavery. They're very hardcore, especially on Twitter. And it's all just arguing and stuff too. But their opinion, the ADOS and the FBA, is that only people who can trace their history to American slavery only should be eligible for reparations. So no immigrants, no young men that was born in England of Jamaican descent coming to America. None of that. What do you think of that? Should there be? Should people have to trace their ancestry back to slavery, or should all people of color who can show that they've been harmed by Jim Crow, by lending issues, stuff like that, can they be eligible for? Should they also be then eligible for reparations?
I mean, I would say their proposal sounds not like not too crazy.
So in
You're
California,
like
there
a
was a
direct
vote.
descendant.
If you're a direct descendant of American
Yeah,
slaves, you have to
yeah,
track it.
yeah.
So you think that you should be that? It shouldn't be Black Americans from the Caribbean or from Jamaica or from Haiti that might have been
I
wrong
mean,
during Jim Crow. You think it should go all the way back to slavery?
it would help me out if it were the case, but no, I think direct descendants in slavery.
You think that's what it should be?
Yeah, if I had to pick one, I don't have a big yes or no to it, but if I had to pick one, I would say yeah. You know what I mean?
Okay. So that
What do you believe?
it was a close vote, and Dwayne. It was 5-4 of a 9-person panel in California, and the 5 was to trace it back to American descendants of slavery.
Mm.
I think the problem, though, is this, and I say this with no ill will. I love everybody. I got friends of all races,
Uh-oh.
but there's going to be a lot of white people jumping into that reparations pot, claiming Blackness, because it's going to probably be a lot of white people as well. If you're looking to redress wrongs that were done to African Americans and to address the wealth gap,
right?
Like for example, you're going to have a lot of white people who are going to be able to, first of all, have their records, be able to trace it back. You might have some white folks say, look, I'm 10, 15, and they would look white. You would never know that, but there's a lot of Black people that pass white, right? And so they may be 10, 15% of African blood in them, and they're going to be like, okay, well, here we go. Like, where's my reparation? So I go back and forth. I think also it'll be hard for folks to really kind of, where are they going to get the records, to trace it back? You're going to trust ancestry.com.
Right.
A lot of people are going to be flooding that site trying to get records. Who's to know there's not going to be some manipulation going there? I think you almost have to do it by, I can make the argument that the effects that maybe quote unquote Black people feel today here is probably more so hurt by Jim Crow than slavery. There was a time after Reconstruction, before integration, but after slavery, where you had thriving Black American communities, businesses, homes, families that were completely burned to the ground without redress. So I'm looking at you, Rosewood. I'm looking at you, Tulsa, Oklahoma. I think you would do better tracing it more back to the wrongs of Jim Crow, segregation, lending practices. Hell, how many of these banks have had insured slaves? Lloyd's of London, right? Like, they insured slaves, took in premium, then was able to compound on top of that premium. Like, I think Georgetown University sold their slaves to keep their college open, right? Like, and then now they've got an endowment of what, like billions? Like I think it. Now that argument maybe doesn't help my argument about not going back to slavery, but there's a lot of redress out there that are levers that could be pulled. I don't know
this would be separate from the original, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we're going to give reparations. This would be something extra that you're saying Black people should get. Because the original reparations is something that we never got. So now we're saying
we never got the 40 acres and a mule, correct?
Right. So we never got nothing there. So they're saying let's bring that back up. But now you're saying for the extended damage that was done to get some more. So that's something else.
That could be something else. But but what they're saying right now is, for the California study, they're only focusing on people from that descended from slaves. It'd be interesting to see what comes from their study. Now, they've been studying reparations to Black Americans for years. And I believe there was an apology many years ago, but there was never really like financial restitution to Black Americans. Whereas like the Japanese Americans, when they were interned during World War II, were given a financial reparation after World War II.
Right.
Right after the fact, right then and there. There's always been a little bit of anti-Blackness in America that's always sort of like plagued the sort of relationship or the Black experience here in America. Now, look, I'm not one of these people that says I'm Black, I can't do anything. I'm not that guy, but I'm also not blind like to some inequities as well. Right. Like I don't walk around saying I'm Black, I can't make it in America. America sucks. I'll never make it because I'm a Black man. I'm not that guy that thinks that. In fact, I think I think people of the African diaspora, melanated humans that look like us are probably in America are probably some of the more affluent Black people probably in the world. I don't know. Somebody could correct me in the chat if I think I'm wrong, but it's not a utopia yet, right? But I don't know if there's a place that is. So I'm not blind, to that too. What would you do with your reparations check, Dwayne? There you go. Here's reparations. Here's $250,000 to you. Sorry that your ancestors had dealt with Jim Crow, lending issues, stuff like that. Here's your $250,000. What are you doing with it? $250,000. Here you go. Take the check. That's it. That's just for this example. What are you doing?
I'm buying stock.
You buying stock?
I'm buying dividend producing stock so that I don't have to work anymore.
Okay. So
200,000 wouldn't do it. I probably need like 500,000-600,000.
So,
but I would definitely buy stock with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So you buy some stock, $250, done.
$250.
So I'm gonna. So for John, 46-year-old John.
Yeah.
I'm doing the same thing.
Oh, really? We agree.
26-year-old John. I got 250. Elon Musk. I'm about to give you like 150 on one of them cars with the butterfly doors. What? Oh, wait, what? The automated driving that's on the 15. You could throw that in there. That's fine. Oh, wow. What, the red? That's an extra 5,000. Throw it on. That's fine. And then I'm out the bag like 150 off the rip.
Right. See, where did my money go?
I say that half jokingly, but you realize coming out this pandemic too, right? Like the Jeff Bezoses and the big money people, they made more money. How did this happen? You know why it happened? Because we were all getting money from the government, and then let me speak for me. We was getting money from the government. Man, Amazon flowed like water in this house during the pandemic.
Definitely.
Oh my God. And so, of course, like we as people, as we were getting these checks from Trump and then from the other president, and then we were spending it, right? Yeah. A lot of people were spending it. And so when people talk about, well, these millionaires are getting richer and richer, how does this happen? The government sort of laundered the money right back to the billionaires. I mean, is that wrong? Like, so when I say 26-year-old John, you give me a check for 250,000, Elon Musk getting about 200 of it. Right. Now, that's just me talking to myself. But imagine a lot of people, you give young people, old people, all those type of people, who's putting in stock, or what are you giving it to some, like, there's a consumerism issue that will just continue to trickle up to the billionaires, and everyone will just continue to complain about how much money they make. Damn, I want a Tesla so bad.
I probably would have bought some Bitcoin too. You
buy some Bitcoin?
Even though it looks like it's going down. I still believe in that dip.
You got to be patient. It goes up, it goes down. I think, we're going to go through a recession. I think the interest rates are going to start to creep up. Food is expensive.
Food is getting crazy right now.
Commodities are expensive. So if you're a white collar, blue collar worker, even if you got like a 2% raise, 3%, maybe 5% raise this year, you essentially still took a pay cut because commodities like milk and eggs and food have just gone way up. It's going to have political ramifications. A lot of it, we kind of flooded the economy with money. I said this word superheated, I think, when we talked last time. It's gonna be interesting to see where it goes. Obviously, this is gonna be an election year. Being here in Georgia, this is a battleground state. We've got a governor race here. We've got a Senate race here. It's gonna be very interesting. What's going on in Connecticut? There's any elections going on up there?
Probably, but you
You
know
have no
me,
idea.
John. You know me, John. I'm not. I pay attention to more spiritual things, man. I don't watch the news much.
It's
Only
smart.
for entertainment.
Okay.
I don't really watch it for information, but yeah, I really don't pay attention to the
That's fine.
elections. I have no idea.
That's fine. You're probably smart. There's a lot of people that get really into it. They get polarized. They get upset. I try to make the best decisions that I can without getting too upset. So what shows are you watching right now? Because I need show ideas. You watching that Moon Knight?
I don't watch much TV, bro. I don't watch much TV, John. I watch YouTube.
Okay.
And I watch information about how to eat better.
Okay.
Information about how to be more flexible. You know, people on our age, man, we can't waste time.
Oh my God. Yeah.
We can't waste time watching movies and watching TV shows when we're sitting down, we're eating like crap.
Yep.
We're letting our joints just stiffen up on us.
Well, talk about the joints thing. What have you talk to us about? Do you take like glucosamine? Do you take so here's my multivitamin. Here's my glucosamine. I don't know if you can't see it.
Everything's invisible. It's in the atmosphere.
Here's my vitamin D.
Okay.
My doctor, my PCP actually told me to stop taking, believe it or not, the fish oil because my believe it or not, my blood pressure was spiking a bit. He said, stop taking the fish oil. Talk to me about your regimen, Dwayne. How do you keep flexible? Because that's a big deal. I've actually been getting really stiff as I get older here. 46. What are you doing? Are you stretching? Are you doing yoga? What are you taking? Talk to us about that.
So I'm basically doing like a stretch routine every morning.
Okay.
It takes a while, about 30 minutes. But it goes by pretty quick. You just follow the routine. I do 2 routines off of YouTube every morning.
Okay.
And try to stay flexible, man. You get older.
Yeah.
It's harder to stay flexible. You're doing your job, you're sitting down all day. Yeah. I mean, for me, my job has me moving around. I deal with the kids running around or whatever, but in general, for the most part, a lot of us are just sitting down all day. Not getting a chance to move around like we need to. And as you get older, those muscles, man, they're gonna stiffen up.
100%.
And then next thing you know, you drop something in the house, you go down to pick it up, you're not coming back up.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? You taking any supplements right now?
The wrong way, or you bent the wrong way. So I try to supplements, man, drink water.
Yeah, water.
Keep those muscles hydrated.
So are you taking supplements? What are you taking? What do you recommend?
I take a multivitamin basically for the B12 because I don't eat meat.
Yep. Okay.
So I take a full multivitamin, a lot too because I'm during Ramadan I don't eat a lot.
Okay.
I'm getting about 1,200 to 1,500 calories a day.
Wow. Is that? I feel like is that since you're Ramadan or is that always? Because I feel like you don't really eat a lot. Even
no. This is not. So normally I would say 2,000.
Okay, so you cutting
just because during the day I'm eating. Oh, I didn't tell you. So during this Ramadan period, when I am eating, I've decided to exclude all food with added sugars.
Yeah,
my guy. Do you know what foods have added sugars?
Everything. So
everything.
So I wanted to do that. So talk to us about how are you selecting food? Because I tried to I have to tell you, I gave up alcohol, and I tried to give up processed, but everything's processed. So what are you looking at? What are you looking at specifically? So I tried to give up alcohol. I have some whiskey tonight, but I gave up alcohol for 6 months. But I don't want to be.
That's good.
But what are you looking at for processed food? What are you an ingredient reader when you pick up stuff? Like, what are you looking
Definitely. I can't help it. I can't help it now. The place I am in my life, I have to read the ingredients.
at? Okay.
Right now, so I'll basically tell you like what I've been eating during the month of April.
Yep.
I'll break my fast with 3 bananas,
Okay.
5 oranges, and then I'll have they have single serve packets of guacamole, which is avocados and peppers and onions. I'll have 3 servings of those, and then I'll have
Wait,
4 boiled eggs.
three packs of guacamole.
Yeah,
Not the avocado itself, but you're having the guacamole with the salt and the tomato and all that they put in there.
yes.
Okay.
I'll have
No
3
cracker,
packs of
no
guacamole.
no crackers, no nothing. Just straight spoon into the guacamole, and then it
No,
goes
so
right.
what I've done,
It goes into your face.
Sometimes I'll eat straight guacamole, sometimes, because I have to get my calories. I'm just
So the
thinking about my
spoon
calories.
goes into the guacamole, and then said spoon with just guacamole on it goes into your face.
Straight guacamole, straight guac.
Okay, straight guac. Okay, let's make sure. No toast, no nothing.
No,
Okay.
but sometimes
Do you even eat
I'll.
bread? Do you even eat bread?
So I had to find a bread that doesn't have added sugars, bro.
Okay.
That's difficult. Most bread has added sugars.
Yeah.
So I found seeded rye bread, which has no added sugars. So that's what I eat. And so then I'll boil 4 eggs. I'll cut them up. I'll put them on the rye bread with the avocado, with the guacamole, and I'll have that. That's what I'm gonna have tonight for dinner. At
Wait, so
about
the guacamole. So wait, the guacamole does get spread on the bread.
yeah, but I'm saying sometimes I just eat it straight,
Okay.
but sometimes I put it on the bread.
All right. So rye bread has been linked to many potential health benefits, including weight loss.
Don't need that one.
Reduce inflammation. That's a big one. I actually been reading. I actually bought a book, which I didn't read, but I do have it. The Inflammation Cookbook. That's a
Okay.
big deal. You got to watch that inflammation stuff. Better blood sugar control and improve heart and digestive health.
Okay.
That really kind of helps you be regular, huh? This rye bread.
Yeah. Well, I eat a lot of fruits. So I don't need that bread at all. The fruits with the fiber is what moves everything through my colon. So
That's a great visual for the listeners here.
sorry, guys. But yeah, I keep telling people like, make sure you guys start eating some more fruits, because it seems like nowadays people will go through a whole day not eat any fruits, and that's like the way to go. I cannot go a day without eating fruits. So
I agree.
yeah, we need the fiber to move that stuff through ourselves. We can't go a whole day and just use the bathroom once. Like, I don't know how people do this. Am I speaking about you, John?
No, I don't know. I'm pretty regular. I read something about fecal matter. Hang on. You know how much fecal matter people have in their bodies at one time? You can have a lot.
I wonder. And imagine the people that don't have any fiber in their body.
I allow oatmeal with banana mushed in it or raisins. Okay. I try to be like you, Dwayne.
Trying.
Yeah, trying and failing. But I won't. Yes, but I won't be doing Ramadan. But I did do like Daniel fast and stuff like that, or fasting. So I do definitely get the health benefits of intermittent fasting. I mean, Ramadan.
It's not intermittent fasting, Mike. I can't wait for these poll numbers to come out, because not intermittent fasting.
Okay, I'm gonna believe you.
No, intermittent fasting has health benefits. Ramadan, I don't see the health benefits.
It does. Intermittent fasting does. Absolutely does.
You know why I say I don't see the health benefits? Like, fasting is going without food and drink for a while, has its health benefits and it has detriment, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the timing of it. When you sleep, that is supposed to be a time where your body regenerates and rejuvenates.
Yep, that's true.
during the way that it seems to be set up, Ramadan, you're eating all of your food right before you go to sleep.
Because it's a spiritual thing.
Yes, you're eating your food right before you go to sleep. So you got to imagine the people so I get off of work at 12 o'clock at night, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Wait, what?
if I'm home.
Wait, what time you coming at before?
What time do I get off? At 12.
12 a.m.
And midnight. So Tuesday through Friday, I start work at 7, get off at 12. That's Tuesday through Friday.
7 p.m. to 12 a.m.
7 a.m.
Wait, 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
to 12 p.m.
to 12 a.m. Yep, okay. Do the math, brother. Yes.
Why?
I have 2 jobs. So one is 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., and one is 4 p.m. to 12 a.m.
All right, we're gonna need to unpack this on the next one. I think we'll leave it here, but we need to talk about not to say that you're not a hardworking Black man doing what you gotta do for your family, and we've talked about that before. But I think there's got to be a value though in time home.
Oh no, bro!
Like your daughter, I remember seeing pictures when I left, and time is flying, Dwayne.
Yeah.
I remember pictures of your daughter when she was first born. I felt like it felt like it was yesterday. For you, it's got to feel like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And look at her now. Like
you don't remember when I brought my daughter to your house when you first had your daughter, and I had put her in the
crib.
It was a bed or a crib, and we took a picture. I don't know where that picture is, but I remember it in my head.
Yeah,
that she was holding her. What's their age difference? Is it a year, 2 years?
Charlie's 14. She just turned 14 in February.
So 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, so she was 2. Deja was 2.
It was like yesterday.
Yeah.
I want to address this because I know we're at time, but we need to talk about the value of time.
Yeah.
And working 7 to 12, Dwayne.
It hasn't been 7 to 12 the whole time, but it really has been a lot. I've been working a lot, and I've had those 2 jobs ever since Deja was 1. Ever since Deja was 1, I've had 2 jobs.
There's been, with COVID, especially, this sort of realization that, and how do I want to say this? I used to be the type of guy, Dwayne, that would get up at the crack of dawn, be at the office. Sometimes I get there for 6, take a lot of pride. I took a lot of pride, and Inez to tell you this, she would tell me a lot of times that I missed out on a lot. And I was just like, well, I got to work. I'm the man. I got to provide for my family. All machismo, all asshole like, right? I got to work. What the hell are you talking about? And there'd be days where I'd go to the office, drive an hour, get up dark, when I was in Connecticut, even here when we were going at, be in the office 6:37, work really hard, leave the office 5 o'clock, an hour in the car, home at 6, mentally exhausted, eat dinner, watch a game, go to bed. And I feel like COVID and luck, and I will say working for the employer that I work with, but a lot of people have felt this too, and have had this ability to work from home and to really understand the value of time just home. I sold my car. We only have 1 car in this household right now because my car was sitting in the garage the last couple of years. The battery would die because I wasn't turning it on. So I sold it. We just have my wife's car. So I want to unpack that more. I hate to hear that you're working at me. How many hours, though?
Oh, I hear you. I hate it.
I think there's got to be a point where you say, at this stage in your life, you want to make a nice living and you want to provide for your family. You take pride in that. I take pride in that. It's not toxic masculinity. I know that's the thing du jour these days. I think being a provider, I think is something I take a lot of pride in as a father and as a husband. But there's also a value of seeing your kids get on the bus every morning. I've been blessed to do that. Seeing them come home from school, asking about their day, just working from home. And I log on at 7, I log off at about 4:30, and I'm here. So we need to talk about that a little bit more. I think lessons from COVID and what we're going to do going forward. What did you take away from the pandemic? What would you change? What have you changed? And what are you going to do going forward? So let's definitely unpack that more next week when we get back together.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. I got a lot to say about it. A lot of what I do.
Not the virus itself. We've already talked about.
No, not the virus. No.
We've already talked about.
We can talk about that 2 weeks from now. I'd love to talk about that.
No. We've already talked about the vaccine. I'm talking about lessons learned.
Yes,
Let's unpack that. Let's unpack that when we get back together next week.
Yes. We'll talk about it. Like I said, I was just gonna say that a lot of the things that I do outside of my job, like on my time off, whether it's investing in the stocks or trying to come up with my own business, my own clothing line.
Yeah.
All of that stuff is due to the fact that I want time to spend with my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the 2 jobs, I gotta replace the income just because of the lifestyle that we live.
Yep.
You know, so we will definitely unpack that more, man.
I would make the argument to you, Dwayne, that you're brilliant. You've always been one of the smartest of our group. I think that there's a job out there, one job for you that would pay you the salary that you deserve and not work you into the ground.
You might be right. I'm in the mindset of not getting another job in my life and to be my own business owner.
Well, we can definitely talk about that too. So let's be prepared. We're going to unpack all that next week.
Sounds good, man.
All right, my brother.
All right.
Good chat as always, man. You have a good night. Give the family my love.
Definitely. Same here, man.
All right, brother. Talk to you later.
All right. Peace.
Bye-bye.